Shalom, shalom. Want to say all praises be to Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakapadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and we well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. I came out there across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I'm proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his wicked empire. So this video is going to basically be a testimony video. Layoffs at the job. Layoffs at the job. Now, hey, Tawadi Yahweh Shimi Awashai, a couple months back, the company I work for had layoffs, but hey, Tawadi Yahweh Shimi Awashai, I was not affected, man. You know what I mean? Tawadi Yahweh Shimi Awashai. But this testimony is going to be concerning a situation between a Simeonite Jake that I work with and an Ecuadorian Asherite chick that I worked with, man. You understand? And basically, this Asherite chick, Ecuadorian chick, where she's not a tear, she's most definitely an Israelite, indigenous. You look at her, yeah, indigenous. You know what I'm saying? But she was basically oppressing this Simeonite Jake for years, man. Like 3 years, man. That she's a manager up over him. And he's basically catching hell under her, man. She basically was putting him out there, giving him reviews. The reviews that she was giving him was basically setting him up to be fired, man. And that's what HR was telling him, man. Like, yo, basically you don't belong here, man. You're not up to par. And that's because what? Deuteronomy chapter 28. And I'm like, God damn, man. Both of y'all, Northern Kingdom, Latino, so to speak. You know what I mean? They both Jakes, Israelites. She's an Israelite. You know what I mean? She from the struggle too, man. But you see, these women, this Israelite woman, she's trying to be up under the so-called white woman. You understand? Friend with these white chicks on the job, man. And she oppressing her own brother, man. So this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. So at one point, the Israelite woman, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, they were what you would call feminine. But you look at the Israelite woman, especially here in America, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, the vast majority of them has a masculine energy, man. And hey, that chick was exemplifying that. She exemplified that, man. Bossing Jake around, so on and so forth. And you know, he's one of them, the Simeonite Jake, he's one of them Jakes like, yes sir, yes boss type Jake, man. And I was like, yes ma'am, yes, you know what I'm saying? He was basically catching hell out of this chick, man. For years on end, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. I mean, I dealt with a chick before. She was cool with me, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because she kind of started at the company before me. When I first started, she looked out, so to speak. But years on in, I saw like how she would deal, especially with this jig. I'm like, damn, man. You from the hood, you from the ends, but you come, you know, all of a sudden you Hollywood now. You're friend with the Edomite chicks on the job, and you oppressing your own peoples, man. That kind of fucked me up. So that kind of run me the wrong way with her over the years, man. I'm like, yeah, you Jake, but like it's like, how you gonna be treating your own people like that, man? And I work with that same Jake, man. And he's a good worker, man. You know what I mean? He's a very good worker, man. Hard working. I'm like, damn, how the fuck she giving you these reviews? And it's like, she basically saying you don't belong here, man. You belong getting fired, man. And that's basically what HR was telling them, man. Like, yo, every year the same shit. Like, yo, you gotta step your game up. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, or else you're gonna get fired. You gotta put in this amount. You gotta put in more hours. I mean, or else they're gonna fire you, so on and so forth. So I'm like, God damn, man. Like, I work with the Jake. He's good. I mean, of course, he ain't the best around, but he's good, man. You understand? Even another Colombian chick that I work with, we really cool, and she said she be saying the same thing, you know what I mean? Because we all cool with the Simeonite Jake. She like, yeah, how the Ecuadorian chick deal with the Jake is like fucked up, man. You know what I mean? We ain't digging that, man. I mean, all of them Hispanic, man, Northern Kingdom. But Ecuadorian chick, she just pressing the Jake years on in. But I'm gonna get to the point of the story where the layoffs come in, man. So let me finish reading that. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. So she had the evil eye toward the Jake, man. Basically, like I said, oppressing him. You know, Jake, you setting up a Jake to setting up a person to get fired, man. That's fucked up, man. Because it's like, you know, he got a responsibility. He has a child. You know what I mean? He has his bills to pay, so on and so forth. So it's like you taking bread out of a man's mouth, man. And that's how when you do that, anything liable to happen. It's like, yo, that's why you be seeing all type of shit be going on. Motherfuckers come to the job place and tear shit up, man. You know what I mean? Go postal like was used, man. It's like, yo, man, tired of taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. But hey, it's showing you that even your own peoples, man, your own peoples will on the job side would oppress you, man. Your own jigs. And it's messed up, but that goes back to what? The curses of Deuteronomy 28, with the woman being set against a man. And it's, these women in general in Esau society even have a hatred toward men, or want to dominate men, because Esau allowed that, man. First, actually, let me get that. It says a woman shall compass a man. Let's get that. Because basically, she was in that spirit of compassing Jake, man. She was in the spirit of being up over Jake and using that to her advantage, abusing that privilege to be up over her own men, the men of her own people. And instead of looking out, she was oppressing him more than even the Edomites would, man. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. The stranger, Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about with thy backsliding daughter? And it's referring to Jake, Israel as a whole, backsliding daughter, Jake, going back in all these other ideologies and philosophies. You know what I mean? And even dealing with this Jake, man, he's a Jake in the world, so to speak. So really, the Lord, and dealing with him on the level like he would be with a brother that would be going through this, man. See, brothers, I'm sure many brothers go through it, have gone through this, and the Lord looked out, the Lord take care of them, man. You understand? The Lord pulled them through. You understand? Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22, which ultimately the Lord, I'm going to get to it, but the Lord had mercy on this Jake same way. This Simeonite Jake, the Lord had mercy on him, man, even as we speak. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. So basically, a woman is going to be above a man. A woman is going to not have to abide by the authority of a man. Basically, she can do her own thing. And these women basically are ruling over men, man. What is that? Children are oppressors. I'm not going to get it. Children are oppressors, referring to Esau, Edom, as we were before Esau, Edom. And women rule over them, man. Kind of women rule over us, man. Because even having a woman manager is off, man. Women judges, women police officers, but we have to suffer that, man. So if you're on a plantation, you're going to have women managers, you're going to have women supervisors, so on and so forth, women bosses, man. But that's off, man. As we see, women abuse their power, man. Women are emotional, man. You understand? And one thing, the Colombian chick was telling me on the job, she was like, yo, I believe the the reason why she treat Jake like that is because she like the Jake, man. But the Ecuadorian chick, she's a big girl, man. And any Jake with options, you know, they ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Shout out to Kevin Samuels, a Jake with options. You know what I mean? You making good money, you're not gonna deal with no fat chick, man. But yeah, that's what the Colombian chick was telling me about the Ecuadorian chick. She like, the reason why she probably treating the Jake like that, from her perspective, she's like, yeah, from a female perspective and what she observed too, it's like she liked the Jake, man. But Jake ain't really on it, man. You understand? But still, that ain't no excuse to set a man up to get fired, man. To set a man up to be on the chopping block year over year. Basically, he's uncertain every year, and it's like, damn, every year is the same shit, Jake. Every year he's uncertain of whether he gonna be able to keep his job, man. I mean, he has his responsibilities to take care of, man. And you, an Israelite woman, you know that. She from the hood too, man. She from the ends, Brooklyn. You understand? But for whatever our motives, that evil, that feminine demonic spirit is on her to oppress Jake, man. To sell her own peoples out, man. Her own men out, man. But she all cool, like I said, she all cool with the Edomites on the job. But her own peoples is like, yo, I really and truly, I'll say this, man, and that even holds true in the truth. If you have somebody up under you, especially years on up, you belongs developing that person. You belongs building them up on a level, man. So you're working with a person like, yo, if that person ain't up to par, a big part of that is because of you. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Same thing with a brother in the truth. A brother coming to the camp, a brother in the truth, you belongs building him up. If that brother ain't up to par, it's really the man up above him that is has a big responsibility for why that brother is not on the level that he's supposed to be on. Of course, if you work with a person and it's like it ain't working, they ain't willing, you know what I mean? Of course, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But like I said, ultimately, like, yo, you hold a big role in developing the people under you, man. In the truth and in the world, man. So you on the job site, like with this chick, yo, you saying this Jake ain't up to par. Well, you belongs bringing him up to par. You don't belong just like, oh, well, you're not up to par, you gotta figure it out. No, same with this truth, bro. Brother coming to the truth. You know what I mean? You build them up, man. You break down the precepts to him, break down the scriptures, give wisdom onto him concerning different things, whether it be of the truth or different things he's dealing with in the world, so on and so forth. You understand? You be a guide onto him, man. Of which she wasn't applying that because what? She had that that evil eye, that evil spirit upon her, man. And basically a lot of these women, they get that they got off from that, man. Oppressing a Jake, man. Having a Jake basically, you know what I mean, of service onto them, man. You understand? Talking shit about Jake. They are not power trip. This is about 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Start at verse 11. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach constantly. You don't belong to having a woman being pastors, woman being woman at the camp teaching. No, man, we don't even have women out there at all, man. Really, because the camp is the battlefield, man. Nor to usurp authority over the man, nor to usurp authority over the man, of which you have that rampant in this society, of which is the testimony, the situation I'm going through is a perfect example of that, of why you should not have that, man. Because these women unjustly and emotionally abuse their authority, man. Oppress men, man. You see that a lot in divorce court. You have a female divorce judge. You know what I mean? She trust me, she gonna be fucking a lot of men over, man. 9 times out of 10, man. You have a female police officer. She gonna be fucking a lot of Jakes over, a lot of men over. So on and so forth, man. We see it all the time, man. You see these different YouTube female podcasters always taking the woman's side when they're wrong. That's what women are emotional, man. And women don't understand judgment. And more time they're on a power trip, because women were not meant to have power, especially power over men. The Lord set that up from the beginning. So they make certain decisions, they do certain things, and it's like, okay, explain to me. Like the Jake would always tell me, look, he like, yo, I go to her and she like, look, explain to me what I need to do. You know what I mean? Work with me, you know what I'm saying? It's still like some bullshit, man. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I have you know that the head of every man, is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of a Mashiach is the Most High. So there you have it. You have Yahweh Shai, man, woman. And really the woman only have authority over the children. You know what I mean? The children. That's the only persons the woman have authority over. But other than that, the man has the authority over the woman. The man has the authority over the woman. But this society don't allow that. So you're on the job site, you have a chick oppressing you, man. And it's like, yo, man. Like, yo, this shit not supposed to be. First of all, woman don't belong in an authority seat over men. She on a period, so she treating you a type of way. she might like you low key, and she feel like, yo, you wouldn't get with her, so she treating you a type of way. Or she just on a power trip, she treating you a type of way. You understand? Isaiah chapter 3 verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth neck and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go. That was the spirit on her, man. She has that kind of like proudish spirit upon her too, man. Especially when she you know what I mean, she getting lunch with the Edomite chicks at the job, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. She has that type proud spirit upon her, man. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. So that's the daughters of Zion, man. That's what these jigs in corporate America, they got their fancy jobs. They feel like, oh, jig gotta make this to deal with me. Well, bitch, you out of shit, man. You know what I mean? You're really like a 3 or 4 out of 10. You understand? All that money you make don't mean nothing. You understand? As men don't look to get with women for money, at least real men. Men look to get with women. Hey, shout out to Kevin Samuels. Fit, feminine, friendly, man. That's what you're looking for, man. Understand? And this chick, she wasn't really, she didn't really fit into that category, man. I mean, she was kind of good. Like I said, she was always cool to me for the most part. But once I saw, like, over the years how she was treating this chick, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like soured from that, man. But here's the kicker, man. Here's the kicker with the whole situation. Like I said, this shit was going on for years on in, man. Jake every year, they see me like Jake every year on the chopping block to get fired. But a couple months ago, like I began the video by saying layoffs at the job. A couple months ago, layoffs, word came down of layoffs happening, man. I mean, a lot of people so-called shucking up, but through the spirit, I was cool. I'm like, yeah, how about shit, I got me. I'm a good worker. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing. So I was never really nervous about the situation, to be honest. But what ended up happening, a couple people from our group ended up getting clipped. You understand? A couple people from our group ended up getting clipped. And this Ecuadorian, actually right chick, she was one of the people that got clipped, man. You understand? And guess what? The senior like Jake, he's still here, man. He's still around. He didn't get clipped, but she got clipped. And understand? Ultimately, I saw that through the spirit, like, hey, that's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's the reason, hey, I make this video, this testimony, because years on in, man, she oppressing this Jake, sending this Jake up to get fired, man. Because she's saying, yo, this Jake performing at below level, man. HR have to get involved. Like, yo, you gotta step your game up. You have to work extra. You have to do this. And guess what? The shit that she did still affecting the Jake to this day, man. Because before she left, she gave him another bad review, man. So he's still battling that. But guess what? He's still here. You know what I mean? He's still here. He's still getting a paycheck, man. But she got clipped, man. And through the spirit, I was like, yo. I was like, yeah. Hey, do unto others, man. You understand? Treat your neighbors like how you want to be treated, man. So I find that. So Matthew 24. But yeah, she got clipped, man. And when they did the clipping, they did it in a fucked up way too, man. You know what I mean? You just saw, you just had to join a meeting with HR, and it's like, yeah, today's your last day. Your shit shut down after, your computer shut down after that meeting, man. You know what I mean? They just throw you to the wolves, man. And that's basically what she was setting Jake up to do, man, to get thrown to the wolves, to get clipped. But she ended up getting clipped in the worst way, man. You got a meeting with HR, you join that shit and tell you, yeah, today's your last day. After the meeting, fucking whole computer shut down, man. You understand? Your whole computer shut down. Like she got the judgment that she was looking for this Jake to get, man. This is the book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Kind of makes you think of what Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, where it says, fear the Lord, keep his commandments. Fear the Lord and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Lord shall bring every work into judgment, whether it be good or evil, man. You understand? I mean, like I said, even every day the Lord bringing works into judgment, man. Different happenings. That situation, the Lord judged that chick, man. The Lord judged that Israelite chick. Like I said, she ain't no 10, man. She's a straight up indigenous, see the chick, yeah, straight up indigenous Asherite, man. Oppressing her own people, man. You know what I mean? And it ain't a lot of jakes on the job, you know, when you deal with corporate America, ain't a lot of jakes. So it's like, yo, even I was looking out. But instead of looking out, you being a demon, man. So the Lord like, yeah, all right. I give you the same judgment that you're looking for this Jake to be judged with. Let me get to verse 37. Salakia, verse 39. And the second is like unto it. This is the point right here. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Huh? So did she love her neighbor as herself? No. She was trying to overthrow her neighbor, man. Like I said, for whatever the reason might be, I don't know for sure. But hey, it was still unjust. It was still off. And she got judged for that, man. Spoke about 2 Kings. Yeah, 2 Kings, which this basically upheld ice to her right here. This is the judgment she got. 2 Kings, chapter 3. This is I'm trying to find a precept where it says, basically said, God, so this Proverbs 26 and 26. So this applies, this is a perfect example of the situation that happened, man. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. So her hatred was covered by deceit, pretending all the time, oh, yeah, it is what it is. But now you have a personal vendetta against Jake. But guess what? His wickedness shall be shewn before the whole congregation. Not before the whole everybody know. You got clips, man. You got clips. Now everybody might not know the specifics of what was going on with you and this Jake, but ultimately you was clipped, and being clipped, laid off is like, it's kind of like a bad look on you. It's like you're not up to par, basically what it is. Really, that's what it is, man. When you get laid off from a job, it's basically saying you're not up to par. You're not on the level that you're supposed to be. But that's the thing that you were saying this Jake was. That's the reviews you was giving this Jake to get clipped. But now you got clipped because they're saying like, yo, you're not up to par. Before the whole workplace, and it's like, yo, motherfuckers got clipped. She's one of them. Hey, that's why you're not up to par. That's what happens when you get clipped. You're not up to par. Verse 27: Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. Actually, she was digging a pit for this Jake, man. Sending more, like I said, years on in, man. Sending more to what? Get fired, get dismissed. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and what? She fall in that pit. She ended up getting clipped, man. And like I said, the Jake is still working, and Jake is still there, but she not there. She out of a job. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will turn upon him. A lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. Come, but the point is, hey, so she fall into that same pit that she was digging. She got rolled over by that same stone that she was trying to roll upon her Israelite brother, man. But I should show you, hey, the Lord, hey, the Lord is beautiful, man. And I see this and being in the truth. I'm like, yeah, that's the Lord right there, man. Because the Lord brings judgment even amongst the people in the world, man. Situations in the world, all the time, the Lord bringing judgment between different people's situation in the world, and that was a judgment right there. She got clipped because she had that evil eye, and she was dealing deceitfully with her neighbor, with her own brother, her own Israelite brother. You understand? And like I said, he's still there. He didn't get clipped. She ended up getting clipped. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so with that, I hope this was edifying. Going to praises be to Abanawa Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Hashem Harakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, rule well. Shalom to the whole elect. Shalom.